What's going on, my little piglets? It's your BFF Pork Chop here, and I'm coming at you with another video, a rant, a rave, a discussion about America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. Last week we got the dub against the division rival Philadelphia Eagles, or the Filthy-delphia Eagles, as I like to call them. As you can tell, not really feeling too good. So unfortunately this week, just like last week, there's no food review because I'm still fighting this sickness and fighting off viruses and infections and bullshit. And so the only videos I'm posting is this one and Chris and I's Pick'em, and maybe my Madden video for the Toronto Huskies, but I don't think that's going to happen this week either, simply due to the fact that I have to do voice work. And with this head cold, with the sinus infection, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it the way that I want to do it. So, unfortunately, damn, that sun is bright, just like my future. And all that good stuff. I'm trying to get this next lane, but all right, you know what? I guess I'm taking the long way home because people won't let me over. Anywho. So, yeah, the Cowboys beat the Philadelphia Eagles 27-20 in Philly. Philly fans were pissed. They were booing Carson Wentz. They were booing the offense and the defense at moments. And it was warranted because they played like absolute doo-doo towards the end there. They almost had that comeback. That comeback would have been interesting if they took us into overtime. The unfortunate thing for them is early on, Wentz did throw that pick to the new number one, the Sean Lee 2.0, Leighton Vander Esch, or pretty much Thad Castle from Blue Mountain State, because he went to Boise State, and he's pretty much Thad Castle, and he's worth that first-round draft pick, he is so good that we might not even need Sean Lee next year, or the years to come, if he is going to do that year in and year out, and this is only his rookie season, his first season. So, what I like to see is the Cowboys with intensity and the Cowboys giving it their all week in and week out. This was one of those games where they gave it their all, where they were fighting tooth and nail to get first downs and touchdowns and field goals and sacking Wentz, even though the Philadelphia Eagles didn't get one damn flag, one penalty against them the whole damn game. But that's neither here nor there. Mark Holmes made a whole entire video about how the Cowboys don't get any respect and that they actually, it's rigged. It's a conspiracy that anytime the Dallas Cowboy defense goes up against a offensive line, that they're going to pick the offensive line over the Dallas Cowboy defense every day. So they had a scuffle at the beginning of the game, the Eagles coaching staff, and I even think Richard, our defensive line coach, got into it with some of the Philadelphia players, and just all that stuff. And it was intensity. It was what we needed. It's what we need as a team. We need intensity. We need to step on their throats and never take our foot off until it's all over. And I think the Cowboys did that against the Eagles. The Eagles are not the Eagles that they were last year. The Super Bowl champion, world beater Eagles don't exist anymore. And which is funny, though, because I think they brought everybody back and then they added pieces, and they're just not clicking at all. I had somebody say this the other day. It's weird that that the Eagles play better with Nick Foles behind center than Carson Wentz. Which I was like, I mean, you could say that. You could definitely say that maybe Carson Wentz is not what everybody thought he was. I mean, he did come from, South Dakota State, and he did come from a D2 school. I'm pretty sure that was a D2 school he came from. And sorry, that vibrating sound is kind of annoying, but it was a D2 school, and he's going from a D2 school to the NFL. I know plenty of players that have done it and have made amazing careers out of it, but maybe he's fallen a little back down to earth. As Skip Bayless was saying, maybe we don't make his bust for Canton just yet, like some of these other reporters are doing. They're automatically saying Carson Wentz is a first ballot Hall of Famer. Maybe not. We'll see. Time will tell. We'll see if it's like a Tim Tebow situation or if it's like a Steve Young, Joe Montana situation. Meaning good every single year, and they eventually obviously win Super Bowls, and they are amazing. We'll just have to wait and see. Dak Prescott, on the other hand, I believe the play calling was a little bit better. There were a few times where I was like, really? That's what we're going for? That's what we're going to do? Okay, we'll see what happens. And then there are other times like, I don't know, giving Zeke the ball as many times as you possibly can. And we give Zeke the ball, we win. And I feel that, honestly, we keep feeding Zeke, we keep getting them dubs. We keep getting the wins. And that's just all it breaks down to. That hurdle, man, if he didn't stumble and he hurdled that guy and went into the end zone, no sweat, that would have been like the highlight of his career so far. Is that hurdle, like, get off me, boy, and then gone, cruising to the end zone. But the turf gnomes got him, and so he slipped and didn't quite score, got inside the red zone, however. Just hurtled over a dude like he was nothing. And man, Zeke is amazing. When Zeke plays great, the Cowboys play great. When Zeke only gets 13, 14, 17 carries a game, the Cowboys don't look as good. And I hope that Linehan and Garrett are noticing that and just not totally getting the ball out of Zeke's hands, taking the ball out of Zeke's hands, and they're actually doing what they need to do. And the more that we feed Zeke, the more successful that we'll be. Now, this week, we have the Atlanta Falcons, which Atlanta laid a big O egg against the Cleveland Browns, which I love the Cleveland Browns. I love they're the lovable losers are the Cleveland Browns, and the Cleveland Browns beat Atlanta, and it was a good sight to see, seeing Cleveland win. And maybe this is like a revenge game for them, Atlanta that is, and maybe we get our asses stomped in, or maybe Atlanta's not as good as people think that they are, and we actually get the W once again 2 weeks in a row. As a Cowboy fan, I almost forgot what that feels like, because you win one, you lose one. It's the roller coaster that is Jason Garrett's career. You win one, you lose one, you win one, you lose one, you win one, you lose one. And we did get our first road win of the season, which, in order to have a successful season, obviously you have to win not only at home, but you have to win on the road. And the Cowboys figured that out this week. Better late than never. Just that's the way it goes. So Atlanta, I like our chances. I'm not saying that we're going to be world beaters just yet. I mean, however, I do think that if we play the way that we did against the Eagles, I like our chances week in and week out. The only game that I'm worried about for the rest of the season so far is the Saints game. And like I was talking to my friend Andrew that I went to college with, he's a big Cowboys fan. I told him I'm licking my chops for that Thanksgiving game. Not only because I want to get my feast on, I want to get my Zeke on and just eat. We're playing the Redskins at the right time, and the Redskins might be a little, let's just say, undermanned. They might be, unfortunately for them, hurt at the right time for us to maybe steal the division lead, because we have the tiebreaker now, beating the Eagles, and then we have the Giants under our belt already. So we're 2-1 in the division. No. Yeah, we're 2-1 in the division. And no. I don't know. I gotta do stupid math here. Okay, we beat the Giants, beat the Eagles. That's 2. Redskins. Okay, yeah, we're 2-1 because the Redskins beat us on a bull crap missed field goal. Man, that still irks me to this day. So maybe we can get revenge on Thanksgiving. Cowboys and Redskins on Thanksgiving, just the way that American Dad says it happens. That the Cowboys and the Redskins always play on Thanksgiving. It's not true, but it'll be a fun game to watch. I'm actually excited to watch the game, to see the Cowboys hopefully get hot at the right time, and we just sneak into the playoffs, and maybe we can beat a team in the first round. And then unfortunately I'll have to wait and see how they play against the Saints. The Saints and the Rams are the only two teams in the NFC that I'm worried about right now. The Packers aren't doing so great. The Vikings are doing good, but they're not world beaters right now. The Chicago Bears are getting hot at the right time. As of right now, they're hot, but I believe they played the Vikings this week, so we'll see what happens there. And yeah, like I said, like the Saints and the Rams are the only two teams I'm worried about. The Saints, because Drew Brees can throw for 500 yards a game and get like 6 touchdowns a game, and they got Kamara, and they got a damn good receiving core, and their defense is good. The Rams, however, I'm just scared of that offense versus our defense, because our offense is starting to click. Our defense is winning us games pretty much because they are giving the offense enough time to recover and rest, and giving us damn good field position, especially after that Vander Esch pick. That was beautiful. And honestly, it's just the Rams' offense is their firepower. Their defense is kind of middle of the road, kind of mediocre type of defense, which is ridiculous because they have all the talent in the world, and I don't know if there's, I guess like in Madden, I guess they turn the salary cap off for the Rams because they can get any player that they want. They got Ndamukong Suh, they got Donald, they have, Todd Gurley. They're gonna pay eventually, and he's gonna ask for a lot of money because I think right now he's leading the league in rushing yards. He has the rushing title right now. I don't know if Zeke moved back up to number 2 or if he's still, I don't know. I gotta check that when I get home. I'm actually almost home. So their defense, I don't know. I think our offense, it's offense versus offense. If we end up playing the Rams, let's say, like in the playoffs, if we get into the playoffs, and I just feel that their offense is better than our offense because they have everybody under the sun on that freaking roster. And I think they even have me as like a 3rd string punter or something like that. But anyways, guys, I like our chances against Atlanta. I know we're underdogs going into the game, and we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, that's all I have to say, guys. This one ran a little bit longer than I usually anticipate. And I just had a lot to talk about, and I guess I got to make up for not having a food review this week, or even a Huskies playthrough that I missed last week, as well as the food review I missed last week. So guys, thank you all so much once again for dropping by. If you guys can please subscribe to this channel by hitting that subscribe button down below, and also turn the bell notification on to get notified. I'm backing up a little bit more. To get notified every single time I upload a video, and you guys will not be disappointed. So thank you all so much once again for dropping by, and always remember, my little piglets, Colin Pork Chop loves y'all the most. Y'all take it easy, guys, and I will see y'all next time. Bye, guys!